The market of Veldara was ancient, older than the empire that now taxed its stalls. Lanterns swayed between timber beams. Smoke curled from cooking fires. Merchants shouted in a dozen tongues, and the smell of roasted grain mixed with the salt of the nearby docks. It was the kind of place where you kept your coin close and your eyes open. Ethan Cole kept both, one hand resting on his younger daughter Maya's shoulder, the other held loosely by his older girl, Lily. They had arrived on Veldara 3 days ago, refugees in all but name. Back on Earth, the word war had come so fast that there had barely been time to pack. Now he was here, trying to sell a watch to buy bread, and pretending to his daughters that everything was fine. "Papa," Lily said quietly, tugging his sleeve. "Look." He looked. At the far end of the wooden dock platform, kneeling among scattered crates, was a creature unlike anything he had seen outside of old data files. She was an Orvian, green-skinned, long-eared, broad-shouldered even in her kneeling posture. Her leather armor was cracked at the edges, battle-worn but deliberate. Her long dark hair caught the amber lantern light. She was alone, and she was perfectly still, like a statue carved from something dangerous. Around her, people walked in wide arcs. Children were pulled away. Even the dock guards gave her extra space without seeming to realize they were doing it. "Who is that?" Maya whispered, eyes wide with curiosity rather than fear. "Nobody we need to talk to," Ethan said, and meant it. He had heard stories about Orvians. Everyone had. They were the last of a warrior caste that had once served the old Galactic Council. Soldiers bred for war, emotionally sealed, loyal to no one. This one, judging by the scar running from her jaw to her collarbone, had clearly survived things he couldn't imagine. He turned toward the bread stalls. He did not get far. When he looked back, both his daughters were gone. His heart stopped. Then he spotted them, walking straight toward the Orvian, bold as anything, as if crossing a dock toward the most feared warrior caste in 3 star systems was a perfectly ordinary Tuesday activity. "Lily." Maya stopped. He caught up just as Maya pointed directly at the warrior's face. The Orvian turned slowly, amber eyes settling on the small human child with calm, ancient patience. "You're green," Maya announced. "I am," the warrior said. Her voice was low, careful, like someone who had spent years measuring every word before releasing it. "I like it," Maya said. "It's my favorite color." Something shifted in the warrior's expression. Not a smile exactly, but a softening. Crack in the stone. Lily, who at 9 years old considered herself the responsible one, stepped forward with her arms crossed. "Are you a soldier?" she asked. "I was," the Orvian said. "What happened?" "My war ended." Lily tilted her head, studying her with the merciless directness that children reserve for truths adults have learned to politely ignore. "Are you sad about that?" The warrior was quiet for a moment. "I am not sure what I am," she said finally. "I have not decided yet." Ethan arrived breathless. He stepped in front of his daughters instinctively, hands raised. "I am so sorry, they got away from me, they didn't mean." "They meant everything they said," the warrior said, looking at him now. "Children rarely lie." He blinked. She was right, and it disarmed him more than any weapon could have. "I'm Ethan," he said, lowering his hands slowly. "These are Lily and Maya. We're new here." "I know," she said. "I saw you arrive. You carry your fear quietly. That is a skill." He didn't know whether to thank her or apologize. He chose neither. "And you are?" "Zara," she said. "Of the Orvian Third Line." "Formerly." "Zara," Maya repeated, delighted, as if she had been given a gift. "That's a good name." Zara looked at the small girl for a long moment. Then, for the first time in what felt like years, she did something she had almost forgotten how to do. She smiled. It was small and crooked and unpracticed, like a door opening that had rusted shut. But it was real. Ethan watched it happen and felt something loosen in his chest, some knot of anxiety he had been carrying since the last ship left Earth's orbit. He didn't understand it. He didn't try to. "Will you walk with us?" Lily asked Zara seriously. "Papa doesn't know this market. He got us lost yesterday and we ate terrible soup." "The soup was fine," Ethan said. "It was not fine, Papa." Zara looked at him. He shrugged helplessly. She rose from her kneeling position, all of her tall and armored and impossibly still, and for a moment the whole dock seemed to hold its breath. Then she stepped down from the platform and stood beside them. "I know this market," she said simply. Lily took her hand without asking permission. Maya grabbed the other. Ethan walked beside Zara, the four of them moving through the crowd, which parted now not with fear but with something closer to wonder. Nobody could explain it. This human man and his two fearless daughters and the green warrior walking between the lanterns like she had always been there. Like she belonged somewhere after all. Zara said nothing for a while. She led them past the grain stalls, past the rope merchants, past the woman selling bright cloth in colors that had no earth names. She pointed out the bread that was worth the coin and the bread that wasn't. She warned them away from the water near the eastern dock. She was useful. She was present. She was, for the first time in longer than she could remember, not alone. When evening came and the lanterns burned brighter against the dark, Maya looked up at her and said, "Will you come back tomorrow?" Zara looked down at the child. Then at Lily. Then at Ethan, who said nothing, just watched her with quiet, honest eyes that asked nothing and offered everything. "Yes," Zara said. "I will come back tomorrow." And she did. And the day after. And eventually the word tomorrow stopped needing to be said at all.